Hey, everybody, welcome back. Like I said, I met this young lady August, I believe it was, in Pittsburgh. We were there for Dr. Shelley Hipsky for her event, and we just clicked. Sat down, had a meal, I believe, in the lobby of the hotel, and we've been friends ever since. She is my official 911. Hey, Cheri, what's happening?
Hey, Tigo. So nice to be here.
So
Yes,
nice to
yes.
have you.
I love it that it's time has passed by so quickly. I
Yeah.
just can't believe it's been over a year and a half.
I can't believe it either. I can't believe it either. But I got to ask you, why is it so important for you to be there for others? Because you literally will stop whatever you're doing. I know personally, and take out 5 minutes and figure out if you're needed. Why is that so important to you?
Well, it's all about relationships, and that's that's what our network is, relationships, and that's what I'm all about is helping others in their relationships. And most important, I just love people, and time is valuable. People are invaluable, and we all have busy lives, and we need to let each other know that they're important. And so I just love people.
How important is family for you?
Family is the number one um, thing that I value, other than my relationship with God and my relationship with my husband. Family is really important. I grew up. Um, well, I was the oldest of 10, and I grew up in a family that my parents raised foster children. And
Hmm.
at the age of 7, we started taking in foster children, and recognizing that not everybody has a family, and that family is the most valuable thing that you can have. And whether it's um, biological, adopting, or foster children, family is just important, and you need to be there for one another. So, networking is a sense of family that we have, that we're there for one another. So, it ranks up there pretty high. And I remember when I was divorced at the age of 25, and um, I was a single mom for 4 years, and I met
Mhm.
my second husband, and I still found it very important to be a family for my two children when I was a single mom. And one of the things that I implemented with my kids at a young age was to take five. And my son, who's now 44, I just not too long ago asked him if he could remember any things that I did as a mom that was important to him, and even in the good things that I did and the mistakes I made. And one of the things that he brought to my remembrance was the take five. And whether he would come home from school with his backpack, drop it there on the floor and walk in, owning my own business, I would be on the phone. But he knew that if he came to me and he said, take five, that meant that even if I was talking to the president of the United States, if he said, take five, I would tell the president, Mr. President, you'll need to excuse me. I have a priority that I need to take care of, and I will need to call you back. And that solidified our relationship, that he knew that if he said, Mom, take five, nothing else mattered except him. And so I love to be able to be there for people and let them recognize that we have one another, and that you're important to me. I need you, and I'm important to you, and you need me. So when I say I'm your 911, I mean it. I'm your 911.
And I know you are, and I appreciate you so much. You have a family business that you've had for a while now, a very successful family business. We want to talk about that. But you decided to start a new career in coaching and speaking and hanging out with us, doing our crazy things. And this year coming, you're going to be our rising star in the
Yes.
2025 Now Honors. What does it feel like to come from this successful family business to start a new journey? You could have easily sat back and said, I'm just going to hang out with the family. I'm done. But no, you said, let's go. Why did you say, let's go?
Well, I could have retired, and I at the time I was 65, and I thought, well, now comes Medicare, so I don't have to worry about my insurance anymore, and I'm very thankful for that. But it wasn't about retiring and settling back and sitting back and doing nothing. I wanted to continue on, but use the knowledge and the expertise that I had gained over the last 4 decades of being in business to help others and to use that. There's a lot of knowledge. I never went to college. I never got a degree. And I used to ask myself all the time, am I successful? I just want to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
And one day I asked my husband, maybe I should go back to school. And he said, honey, what would you go back to school for? And I said, a business degree. And he said, how long have you been in business? And at the time, I'd been in business 35 years. But every day I was still saying to myself, I want to be successful. What does it take to be successful? And for me, success is investing in the lives of others or your business and making sure that it has purpose and it's of great value, not just monetarily, but are you making a difference in the lives of others? And when we sold leather jackets here in South Central Texas, we were celebrating young people's accomplishments each and every day.
Right.
And so I wanted to continue doing that, celebrating the lives of others, investing in others, and reminding others that it's just not about themselves, but it's about service, serving others, service above self.
So, you know me, you trust me, and I want to play a little game right now. Okay.
Yes.
There's a young lady or a young man right now, they're starting their first business. They're 20 something years old. Maybe they're single parents and going through a similar situation. Can you give them the first few tips of how to start the business, how to grow the business, how to maintain the business?
Yes, I'd be glad to. The first thing that I'm a little different than most people. I would give you most people would give you a list of how-tos, the first things that you need to do as far as opening up getting assumable name certificate, perhaps getting a bank account, opening up an LLC. I would start on the front end, and I would want to encourage you on how to figure out what it is that you're going to do in the future. And the first thing that we would do would be, we would start with your mindset. One of my favorite quotes are from Robin Sharma, that everything happens twice, first in the mind and then in reality. And so if there's something that you want to do, you're going to have to, number one, ask yourself what that is, what your passion is, and are you committed to doing it? It's not something that you just start, say, I'm going to start a business, and then tomorrow you wake up and say, okay, I'm going to do this and do that. You've got to have commitment that you're willing to do that. And when I started my business as a single mom 40 years ago, over 4 decades ago,
Wow.
I had to determine that I was going to wake up every morning committed to what I said I was going to do. And I had asked God for help. That's the first part of figuring it out in your business, is getting a business partner. And for me, my business partner was God. So I asked God for help. And I asked God to show me what to do and show me how to do that, and to put people in my life that could help me along the way. And that's where networking came in at. Your network, as you've heard it, is your net worth, and it's your family. And so you need to focus on those that you surround yourself with, and turn that business over to God, or to share your vision with someone else, so you can hold yourself accountable to moving forward. And then the second step in the figure it out formula of the idea of your business would be to make sure that your thinking is clean. Think on things that are true. Can you really do this business? Is this something that you really are passionate about? Because there's going to be times when the phone's not ringing and you don't want to go beating yourself up and quit. So you need to think on those things that are true. You do have the knowledge, you do have, even if you don't have the education, you do have the passion and you do have the drive. And what is it that's driving you? For me, when I started my business, my motivators were my 3-year-old and 5-year-old. And that kept me moving. And then you begin to educate yourself. The I is the intercede. You ask God for help, or you ask someone else if you're not a believer. Number 2 is the detoxify, clean up your stinking thinking. And once you do those 2 things, it's like the fog dissipates and you begin to see things you didn't see before. So you educate yourself on what resources are available. And then you anticipate. The A in the idea is anticipate. You see yourself doing it. And then you can move forward. And so when times get tough, then it's no thing. It's not a problem. You know, you've heard that it's no thing. My son quotes that all the time when he's speaking to young people. It ain't no thing. You can do it if you've got your priorities right. And if you've gotten rid of your limited beliefs and your thinking is clear. So think on those things that are true.
What about fear? How do you handle fear? What would you give someone an advice that goes, they got the greatest idea ever. They tell everybody at every family party, every Christmas party, they know what they want to do, but they never start because they're terrified to just get started. What would you tell them about fear?
Well, fear is a killer. Fear is something that will cause you to stay in your limited beliefs. Excuse me a moment. Fear comes from a place that has no future. It only holds you back. If you're afraid you're not going to succeed, you're not going to. When I used to ask myself, I wonder if I'm successful, I was in a place of unbelief. I began to question my own actions. I would, when some harsh reality would come up against me, I would acquiesce. But I learned that it's not about acquiescing, it's about standing strong and believing in what it is that you believe in and why you believe in it. And when my husband, a couple years ago, my husband Bill was diagnosed with metastatic basal cell carcinoma. That's cancer in the lymph nodes. And the doctors had given him a 6 to 8 month prognosis. Well, if we would have allowed fear to set hold of us, he probably wouldn't be here today.
Wow.
But we chose to have faith and believe in those things that were true. And those things that were true was, he's still here in front of me. And all we have to do is believe that we have 1 more minute, 1 more hour, 1 more day. And if we can make it through those obstacles, we're going to make it. And so what we chose to do, and this is about business, when you see a harsh reality in your business, that's an opportunity for it to be turned into an opportunity. And you can take that harsh reality, turn it into an opportunity, and it becomes a stepping stone to propel you forward to success. It's like gravity. It's like breathing. It's truth. And when you do it, the outcome is incredible. And when you feel overwhelmed, and you're facing challenges in your life, wouldn't you just love to be able to bounce back from setbacks and be empowered, and show others how to do the same?
Absolutely.
That's what it is when you walk in faith and you don't walk in fear, because people are watching, and fear comes, it's really just unbelief. And if you take a deep breath and you don't listen to those negative lies that you may have been told about something that you can't do, but you choose to believe that you can do it, you will find yourself on the other side, just as we did 2.5 years ago. When my husband was diagnosed with cancer, we chose to believe those things that were true. And I can tell you today, 2.5 years later, he's cancer free. And we
Wow.
are a family that turned our harsh realities into opportunities to help us grow and be successful in that area of our life. Now, we recognize that we're just given one day at a time, and we're never promised tomorrow. But it gave us an opportunity to live our life believing God for something that we truly wanted, anticipating what we wanted to see happen, and actually seeing it come to fruition. And that's a wonderful place to be.
You're amazing. I'm proud to call you my friend. You're a true trailblazer, and you love just shining your light down the path, and helping us skip some of the potholes that are out there in this journey we call life. I thank you so much for always having my back and for always being there and being my 911. You're
Yes.
absolutely fantastic.
Well, I'm thankful to be here. And, I'm looking forward to this next year. I'm looking forward to, I'll be going on a marketer's cruise in a few days. And then in March, we have, first we have International Women's Day.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to that. And then March 20th, I believe it is, we have Trailblazers
Oh, yeah.
coming up. And then in October, we have the Power of Pink Now Honors coming up. And I'm so excited. I feel honored to be the rising star of this year. I'm excited for all the women that I've met through that organization. They're just powerful women that are making an impact on the lives of others. And they all have a heart to serve in some capacity. And so it's really an honor to be a part of this organization. And I just encourage all women out there, business owners and women who are making a difference, serving in some capacity, to come join the women of the Now network of outstanding women. And I'm just thankful to be here.
You're the best. I'll talk to you soon. I'll call you soon. I promise you won't be a 911 call.
Yes,
You're absolutely
that's okay.
awesome.
I'm here for you.
I appreciate
Thank
it.
you so much, Tico. I've enjoyed being with you today, and thank you for having me here.
Absolutely.